welcome back from the break. Without further ado, let's get on to our review of Playing It Cool. In Playing It Cool, Chris Evans plays a screenwriter who is working on a script for a romantic movie and is having a hard time because he has never been in love. Probably because his mother abandoned him when he was a boy. But he really needs to write the script and then meets a beautiful, sassy girl played by Michelle Monaghan who captures his heart. Problem is that she's already engaged, but she allows him to be her friend. What transpires next is the stuff that most rom-com films are made of.
Well, Fahad, I've made this public confession before, and most film buffs, especially male film buffs, don't say this out loud in public, which is that I love romantic comedies. In fact, it's my favorite genre, and it works for me for two reasons. I mean, that particular film, which is good, works for me for two reasons. One is that there is a guy and there's a girl, and it's very simple for me. The guy I really want should be with the girl, or or the other way around. And music, the music has to be great. Now, in this case, I couldn't even spot one element of background score that I enjoyed. And more importantly, I mean, the guy seemed like a bit of a Michael Jackson lookalike to me, and a pseudo stalker in some form or the other. Very 80s kind of Bollywood hero. Who should have actually been a villain, and the girl didn't do much for me either. So while I love the genre and while I was really looking forward to this film, it did absolutely nothing to me.
Well, I completely agree with you. Look at the cast. This is Chris Evans. He plays Captain America, for God's sake. I mean, this is the ultimate poster boy for superhero material. So he's impossibly good looking. You've got Michelle Monaghan, who I think is astonishing, and I've been following her career ever since Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and then Mission Impossible 3. I think that it's so difficult for somebody who's that sassy, good looking, just got all the smarts. I don't know why she isn't doing better stuff. This was some real drivel that we were exposed to, and it is exasperating. Year after year, film after film, we're being exposed to these people who think they're so cool to do a romantic comedy, and they diss the romantic comedy. They diss the fact that there are these tropes, which include the best friends. There is going to be the fact that there's got to be a boyfriend or some boy meets girl. There's got to be a gay friend as well who loves reading Gabriel Garcia Marquez. In this case, Love in the Time of Cholera has been nichorified to the point of excruciating. I mean, God knows it's one of my favorite novels, but for God's sake, give it a break. All of this nonsense, and at the end of it, you're left thinking, oh my God, I mean, can we just get on with it?
Well, you know what, Fahad, since we're getting onto the oh my God moments from this film, it's been happening to me for many, many years now. Whenever I'm watching a Hindi movie, I keep thinking about, I've seen this film somewhere, Eventually it comes back to me, maybe after the film, maybe even after I've written the review, it comes like, oh God, it was exactly that other film that I saw, which is usually a Hollywood picture. Here I was watching a Hollywood film, I kept thinking, I've seen this somewhere, and I've seen a Hindi movie that's exactly like this, and that was Happy Ending, which had exactly the same premise of a guy who has to write a romantic comedy script, and therefore goes through his entire journey, which was directed by our two Bollywood directors, Raj and DK. Did you get that deja vu as well?
Deja vu, actually, because I mean, don't forget this film was released in 2014.
Right.
It's only releasing in India in 2015. Happy Ending, the happiest thing about that film was that it ended very quickly. Unfortunately, this is exactly that, including having an alter ego of the hero, who is played the heart. I mean, there is something too uncanny.
I'm going to check with Raj and DK.
Got to check it out. But the fact is, let's find out about our verdict, shall we?
Well, to keep it very short and simple, Playing It Cool is that wannabe cool film that really, really grates on my nerves for a lot of reasons. One is this whole hipster thing. There's a Venice Beach, there's yoga, there's retro cars. I mean, come on, yaar. If that is the romantic comedy that you think it should be, it's certainly not working for me. It's a pure and simple peko from my side.
Mayank, I'm going to be a little more charitable. It's not quite a peko. There are a few mitigating circumstances. As I said, few and far between. This is the kind of film you need to watch at the back of a aeroplane seat at some point, or a DVD or on TV, but certainly not in the theaters. For God's sake, don't dekho. Not this weekend. Definitely not.
Well, that was Friday Double Bill for you. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what you think of the movies. Even if you're KRK, we're interested to know.